We look at the math problem squared minus 3 plus 2 with absolute value bars is greater than 4. This is our starting point. We need to see what the numbers are doing. We identify that this is an absolute value inequality. We do this to know how to split the problem into parts. The rule says the part inside must be greater than 4 or less than -4. We plan to solve two separate cases. We do this to find all possible answers for. We will look at one case where the expression is greater than 4 and another case where it is less than -4. We set up the first case as squared minus 3 plus 2 is greater than 4. We do this to start solving the first part of our plan. This is our first math sentence to solve. We want to move all terms to one side. We do this to make the right side equal to 0. Quadratic inequality must have 0 on one side to be solved correctly. We subtract 4 from both sides of squared minus 3 plus 2 is greater than 4. We do this to get 0 on the right side. When we take away the same number from both sides, the equation stays balanced. We simplify the expression to squared minus 3 minus 2 is greater than 0. We do this to make the math easier to read. We combine the numbers 2 and -4 to get -2. We use the quadratic formula to find the special points. We do this because we cannot factor these numbers easily. The rule uses specific formula to find where the expression equals 0. We calculate the roots as 3 plus or minus the square root of 17, all divided by 2. We do this to find the exact spots where the expression changes from positive to negative. This follows the math rules for the quadratic formula. We write the solution for the first case as is less than 3 minus the square root of 17 divided by 2 or is greater than 3 plus the square root of 17 divided by 2. We do this to show where the expression is greater than 0. For this type of math, the answer is outside the two roots. We set up the second case as squared minus 3 plus 2 is less than -4. We do this to start solving our second part. This is the other math sentence we need to check. We move the -4 to the left side. We do this to get 0 on the right side. We must have 0 on one side to solve quadratic inequality. We add 4 to both sides of squared minus 3 plus 2 is less than -4. We do this to change the -4 into 0. When we add the same number to both sides, the equation stays balanced. We simplify the expression to squared minus 3 plus 6 is less than 0. We do this to see our final math sentence for this case. We combine the numbers 2 and 4 to get 6. We look at the parts of the second case. We do this to see if any numbers work. The rule says that because the curve opens up and never touches 0, it is always positive number. We state there is no real solution for the second case. We do this because no number makes the expression less than 0. This happens when the math shows the value is always positive. We write the final answer as is in the set of numbers from -infinity to 3 minus the square root of 17 divided by 2, or from 3 plus the square root of 17 divided by 2 to infinity. We do this to combine all our correct answers. The final answer comes from the first case because the second case had no answers.